Hello, all. Welcome back to Operation Goodwood. It is turned 14, January 1943, the British Commonwealth and Free France. Yeah, let's go. So the British have three major factories. They're going to be the green, the brown, and the blue dice. So we're going to go for advanced artillery, improved factories, and heavy strategic bombers. Green misses, brown hits, and blue still spinning. And blue's a 9, so that one hits also. So up to stage 3. Brown hits the two factories, so stage 1. And there it is. I need a boom. And green misses, so that one stays where it's at. Okay. Purchases. We have 40 to spend. We are spending 39. We are doing tactical bomb, a strategic bomber, a fighter, airborne, 3 infantry, a militia, and a upgrade of a port. And I believe that is 40 if my math is, or 39 if my math is correct. The Far East is going to start a heavy transport heavy cruiser for the U.S. for 4, spending all their money. The Anzacs are going to spend $6 for a transport, saving 5, and the Free French are going to buy a fighter for 10, spending all their money. Okay, we got a lot of combats, a lot of walking combats too, but do got a lot of combats to do here. So first thing is the infantry from Borneo is going to walk into Sarawak and take that back for $1. So that will be Far East up $1. So Far East is up to 4, and Japan is down to 32. Okay. Next, the infantry in Sumatra is going to get on the transport, go 1, and offload into Cochinchina. So that will be 1 for the British. Okay. So the British go up 1 to 36, and Japan goes down to 31. Okay. I think that's it for combat on that side. And over here, the infantry from Nubia is going to walk into Upper Egypt. That is not worth any money, but we need to get that one done. And the colonial infantry from Transjordan is going to walk into Lower Egypt and take that. So that is $1 from the Germans. So Germany down 1, and the British up to 37. Okay. Then the first combat we're going to have is the infantry from Rome is going to walk into northern Italy, along with the fighter from M4, 1, 2, 3. He's going to go. The 2 battleships are going to go and bombard. The transport's going to pick up the infantry from Tripoli and Malta, go 1, 2, and they're going to navally land in northern Italy. And there will be a mountain penalty for the first round against the 3 cavalry there. Okay. That one's done. Then we are going to take... I gotta get my things right here. Okay. So an airborne and the 2 fighters, along with the strategic bomber, are going to go 1, 2, 3 to Alsace-Lorraine. He is not scrambling. So we are going to attack Alsace-Lorraine with that. Okay, I have some of my arrows set up for later too. Okay, the transport in A6, which is right here, it's going to pick up 2 Marines from southern England and go 1, 2 and drop them off, or are going to attack and land into Picardy there. And the Marine from London is going to walk across and attack there too. And the battle cruiser and 2 heavy cruisers that are in A6 are going to go 1, 2, and they are going to bombard there. Okay. Now, this is where the fun's going to happen. 2 of the transports and a destroyer, a heavy cruiser that were in here in A6 are going to pick up 4 infantry from southern England. And they are going to go 1, 2, 3. Sorry, Dan, but you left a little too wide open for me, and I sort of have to do something here. And we are going to land 1 in Kola, 1 in Karelia, and 2 in northern Russia. Okay, so that is going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, $4. And they're going to hang out there. Okay, so that's $4 up for the British, $4 down for the Russians. So the British go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Russia goes down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The rest of the British movement is technically part of Operation Overlord, but we're going to move that in this video just so I don't screw up anything with the units being added by the British this turn. They are all going to go into this plate here into C Zone A21 to attack Normandy. That is where the attack is going to happen at. I'm just trying to see if that's where I want to put everything. Normandy or... let's just put it all in A20. Everything's going to go to A21 to attack Normandy. Because it doesn't really matter where we attack Normandy at. We're going to attack Normandy on the U.S. turn. Okay. So I think all the walk-ins are done. So all we got to do is we got 3 battles to take care of. So we have 2 battleships bombarding, 3 infantry, and a fighter versus 3 cavalry. So we'll start with the bombards. We have 2 bombards at 4 with the battleship. That is a 6 and a 5, so they both miss. So that's done. Then we have a fighter, and we have 3 infantry at a 1 for round 1. Okay, the fighter gets a hit, but the infantry all miss. And then he's got 3 cavalry at a 2 in defense. 3, 12, 4, so they all miss, so he's going to lose 1. So he's got 1 casualty. We got 3 infantry now across the mountain, so they're at a 2, and a fighter at a 6. Okay, fighter hit, and 1 of the infantry hits, so that's the last 2 hits we needed. And 2 cavalry at a 2, and he's going to get a hit. Thankfully, that wasn't round 1, but okay. So, we will lose an infantry, he will lose 3 cavalry, and we will take northern Italy back from the Germans for $3. Okay. So Germany down 3. 1, 2, 3. And British up 3. 1, 2, 3. I know my German income is different because I also keep the Vichy separate. So that's why my German number will always look different than your guys's. Okay. Next attack, we have 3 ships bombarding. He has a fortification and then an infantry. So we have a heavy. We have 2 heavy cruisers and a battle cruiser bombarding. Yellow is 3, red is 2. Nothing. My bombarding has not been so good to this game. And nothing. Okay. He's got 2 at 5 for the. And he's going to get 1 hit. So I'm going to lose 1 Marine. And then I got 2 Marines left. I need 1 hit here. A 4. And a 6, that's no good. He's got 1 defending infantry. That's a 4, so that hits. So we're down to my infantry versus his infantry. See if we need to get this done here. Okay, he missed. He's orange, by the way. Same colors as the first round. We need a 2 or less. That's a 5. And he got another hit, so he survives that one. Not quite good. I wanted to get that, but I lose 3 Marines, and he takes no casualties, so he is going to keep. He is going to keep Alsace for now, or Picardy for now. So Alsace, I have 2 fighters and an airborne. So airborne's yellow, fighters are green. Okay, 2 fighters and an airborne. So fighter hit, airborne even hit, nice. And then he's got 1 in retaliation. And he's got a 12, so that misses. So we get Alsace-Lorraine with an airborne and 2 fighters. So that one is worth $3. Oops. Okay. So now Germany goes down 3 and British go up 3. So Germany goes down 3, 1, 2, 3. British go up 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's add this to the dead pile. So I believe that is all the attacks for the British Commonwealth. Just double checking here, making sure you didn't miss anything. Okay, so now non-combat movements. We're going to take the destroyer in I-13. He's going to go 1, 2 to I-11. We are going to take one of the destroyers that is in P-59. He is going to go 1, 2 to I-41. Another one of the destroyers from P-59 is going to go 1, 2, 3 to P-42. The rest of the fleet, the coastal sub, battleship, heavy cruiser, light cruiser, other destroyer, along with the battleship and P-61, 1, 2, are all going to go into P-59. Okay. Boom, boom. I think that's it for non-combats there. The colonial infantry in Somaliland is going to walk into Tanzania. The infantry in Sudan is going to walk to Nubia. It's all French. Okay. Okay. So then, as part of Operation Overlord, on the British end, the 2 transports in London we're going to pick up 2 infantry from London and a medium armor from southern England. The 2 transports in A21 are going to pick up the Marine and the last 3 infantry in southern England. Okay, so they're all technically moving on the U.S. turn with all the rest of the U.S. fleets, but we got that there for now. Okay, the 2 fighters are going to fly back. They have 3 remaining. One's going to land in London, and one's going to land in southern England, along with the tactical bomber is going to land in southern England. Okay. The transport's going to stay there, and we have a heavy cruiser left there. The destroyer is going to stay in A11. The heavy cruiser. So these guys have already moved, so they're going to stay there just so they're out of the way. Yeah, the heavy cruiser will move with the fleet during Operation Overlord down to A22. Okay. Okay, so now the last bit of non-combat. So we have the task marker here in M4. We're going to move 2 destroyers and TBD from M4 to M2 to blockade that seaport. Actually, let's send 1 more destroyer. Send 3 destroyers and a TBD to blockade that. And then the rest of the fleet, which is a heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, 2 subs, and a destroyer. They're going to go 1 to M8 to blockade that sea zone. I need to block that rail movement. I'm trying to make it so we can't have a supply path to the factory in Paris, so we can't reinforce it. That's my plan, and I failed at the one part so far. The one with the one dude is where I failed. Okay. I think that's it for non-combat for the British. So now, the militia will go into Rome. The airborne, I think I miscalculated here. Shoot. So, into London will go the strategic bomber, the airborne. No, I'm right. Oh, yeah. The fighter and 2 infantry. So that's my 5 units there. And then, we're going to rail the guy from Northern England down to London. And we're going to place the last dude in Northern England at that factory. Okay, and then the port upgrade is going here to Sumatra. And if I'm allowed, the ships are going to go into port except for the one destroyer is going to hang out. Import. Okay, this was done. The Far East is going to put the U.S. ship on stage 2. Oh, sorry, I did forget some more stuff, guys. I have non-combat sitting over here. So, the fighter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the airfield and long-range aircraft is going to go to Sumatra. And the transport is going to use a strategic naval move with an infantry and an artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And drop off in Sumatra and go in port with the rest of the guys. Okay. That should be it. Sorry, guys. I have them sitting there. I just forgot about them, so I went to do this. So the transport for the Anzacs is going to go into Sydney in port. Now the French. The French is 2 walk-ons, I believe, and then some non-combat movements. So the infantry in Nigeria is going to walk into Cameroon and take that from the Vichy. So that will be Free France up 1 to 5, Vichy down to 2. Sorry, 6, sorry. Up to 6. And then an infantry from Cyrenaica is going to walk into Western Egypt and take $1 from the Germans and give it back to the British. But we can't move that one yet. We got to remember not to. Okay, we got to remember to collect $1 less because whichever I collected money for the British. So we're just going to move that up 1 to remember, and Germany's going to go down 1. Okay. Then the transport is going to pick up the other infantry from Cyrenaica. Go 1, pick up a mountain infantry from northern Algeria. 2, and drop them both off in Rome. The destroyers, 1 is going to go 1 to M2 to join the rest of the British. The other one's going to go 1, 2 to M1 to sit in that sea zone. The medium bomber, the fighter is going to go 1, 2 to Sardinia. And the medium bomber is just going to hang out where he is right now. That is done. The fighter is going to be placed in northern Algeria. I believe that is all the combat. Oh no, there is one. Let's just do it. The sub up there for the French has got to roll against the British for the German lines. So get that +2, and we're going to take $2 from the Germans by rating. Max out the line. Okay, let's collect income. Do a disposition, and then I'm gonna get the board set up for the U.S. KMT turn. So at the end of the British turn, they were at 48. They have the Suez Canal back. They have no subs, so that's +5. So they're at 47. +5 is 52, and they saved once they're at $53 for next turn. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 53 for next turn. The Far East Command is actually up to $4 now. And their $2 bonus. So they will collect $6 for next turn. The Anzacs are at 7. They get their $2 bonus. So they'll have 9. They save 5. So they will have 14 for next turn. Okay. The Free French are up to 6. They get no bonuses. They spent all their money, so they will have $6 to spend next turn. And let's do a quick disposition. Everything but Europe, because that's going to change, obviously, with the U.S. turn. So, Sydney has 2 infantry, a motorized, on a transport in port. Sumatra has an infantry, artillery, fighter, 2 battleships, heavy cruiser, light cruiser, 2 transports in port. Obviously, the sub and coastal sub are not in port. Coastal sub, and destroyer in P50, destroyer in P41, destroyer in P42. Infantry in Cochinchina. Italian Somaliland is empty. Tanzania has a colonial and a militia. Sudan has a militia. Nubia infantry. Upper Egypt infantry. Lower Egypt has a colonial. Transjordan has a British militia, French infantry, French medium bomber. M18 has a heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, 2 subs, and a destroyer. Western Egypt has an infantry. The rest of Africa over there is empty. Northern Algeria has a fighter, 2 foreign legions, and an infantry. M2 has 3 British destroyers, a French destroyer, and a British TBD. M1 has a French destroyer. M3 has a British and French transport. Oh yeah, the fighter did land on the fighter landed on the carrier. So light carrier with a fighter, 2 battleships in M3. The plate getting ready to go in for the Operation Overlord. And then London has 2 fighters, a tactical bomber, airborne, 3 infantry, and a militia. Southern England has 2 militia, tactical bomber, fighter, and airborne, and a seaplane. Northern England has an infantry and 2 militia. Destroyer in A11. The rest of the fleet is down in A21. I have the ships that already participated sitting in France, so they're not confused on what's going on. Destroyer in A11 still. And then in A9, 2 transports and a heavy cruiser. Northern Russia has 2 infantry, Karelia has an infantry, and Kola has an infantry. I believe that is it. If there's any questions, please ask, and we will see you guys next year.